Hello, friends. Welcome back to our channel. How are you? If it's your first time here, I'm Crystal Lopez. You can find me at crystalandcomp.com. And that lady over there, she's my blogging ride or die, and also known as the productivity queen, Kelli Miller. You can
Don't
find
know
her
about
at
all
Three
that.
Boys. You are pretty productive. 3boysandadog.com.
Hey guys, together we're blogging mentors here to help creators like you build intentional content, scale your blogs, and get your message out there without being overwhelmed. So,
Yes, with that, we're jumping into a topic that a lot of bloggers worry about. Is content overload killing your blog?
that is such a common feeling, right? You look at what everyone else is doing, and suddenly it feels like you need to do more, be more, all the more just to keep up, much less surpass. But guess what?
Right? Guess what? What if we told you that there's a way to create at a competitive rate and keep those high standards all while avoiding burnout? Today, we're going to share with you how you can create 5 to 7 blog posts every single week without losing your cool, without losing sleep, and keeping your sanity. It can be done.
It can be done. I do it. I go to bed at 9:00 every night. Like it's 9:05 and I'm like, whoo, I'm a party animal. I haven't stayed up late. So it can be done. Stick around, guys, because seriously, we've got an aha moment that's going to shift how you think about content creation forever. And trust us, you want to hear this. So, first things first, why does it feel like everyone out there is producing more content than you can keep up with? What's driving this pressure to constantly churn out posts, videos, Facebook statuses, tweets, pins, and everything in between?
Right. It's that sneaky comparison trap. The other day, one of my teenagers said, Mom, comparison is a thief of joy. And I'm like, dude, I've been saying that for years. I told you that. He's like, I've never heard you say that. But you
Clearly,
see other
he doesn't
bloggers.
watch our videos. He must not be a blogger.
Clearly, he doesn't watch our videos. Exactly. So you see other bloggers that are publishing constantly and you check all the trends on social media. Now you're starting to feel overwhelmed and suddenly you feel like you're falling behind. But here's the secret.
You don't have to compete with everyone.
You don't.
You don't have to compete with everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coca-Cola is not competing with Hershey. The key is staying in your lane and focusing on your goals and your audience. That's how you get growth without burnout.
Right, exactly. You can create 5 to 7 high quality blog posts every single week, but it starts with narrowing your focus and staying in your lane. Kelli and I do it every week, okay? Once you stop trying to do everything and being all the things, you unlock this energy and this clarity to do what actually matters and that gets you the results.
Yeah, so why do we even want to create at this pace? Because in growth mode, consistent publishing gives you better chances to rank on Google, gives you more chances to build authority, and it really helps you to serve your audience's needs. My problem is I'm already at 3 posts a day some days, and I still can't crank out all the things that my audience demands. That's where you need to be, right?
I don't post 3 times a day, but I do post in a growth mode, but that's super growth mode. Okay, so more content means more reach, but only if you're doing it right? Think about that. This isn't about rushing. It's about having the right systems in place so that you can create effectively without sacrificing quality. That is very important.
Right. So, productivity queen over here plans content strategically. And when you plan content strategically and you know your niche and you batch your work, writing multiple posts a week is way more manageable. You're not spinning your wheels. You're not wondering, what do I do next? You are moving forward with purpose.
That's right. That's the shift. Instead of saying, I have to keep up, you're taking ownership with systems and strategies that make high quality, high volume blogging totally doable. Instead of being the victim in the situation, instead of being reactive, you're being proactive.
Yes, and it's essential. Staying in your lane is about 2 things, guys. First, it's knowing what your audience, your people, it's knowing what they need the most. And second, It's blocking the noise. You've got to ignore the noise from all of the content creators outside of your niche. Heck, even from the content creators inside of your niche. Those Facebook groups that we talked about last week's video, they are loud. They are loud and they can be very time consuming.
That's right. So here's the thing. You don't need to be everywhere or appeal to everyone. What is that saying? You don't have to be everything to everyone. It's the same kind of thing. When you're creating for your people with laser focus, it gets easier and faster to produce the valuable content because you're not wasting time second guessing yourself and spinning your wheels. It's true.
Yes, exactly. I mean, let's be fair. A mom blogger doesn't
mute myself. I'm so sorry. I was coughing and I accidentally removed you. I'm
like,
so
what just happened? That is so funny that it happened because I was in the middle of saying that a mom blogger doesn't need to be worrying about what tech people are doing as she messes up the tech in our video. It's pretty funny.
I'm just trying not to cough.
That's pretty funny. Your lane is your superpower, guys. The narrower your focus, the better you're going to serve your readers. Plus, it makes planning and creating so much simpler.
It does. Staying in your lane actually creates clarity, and that is the honest truth. You're not overwhelmed by trying to write for everyone. You're not overwhelmed with trying to every single trend that's going on. You're chasing it. Like those things are going to go away. Instead, you're writing amazing blog posts for your ideal audience. You know who your avatar is, you know what their struggles are, and you know where you're a guru and what gifts you have to offer to them, how your gifts align with what they need. So, are you ready for the light bulb moment? We've said it in pieces in today's training, but now I'm going to put it in one cohesive sentence, and that is creating 5 to 7 blog posts every single week is possible if you stop focusing on doing it all and start working smarter instead of harder and stay in your lane.
Yes, blogging smarter, not harder. That's the key, guys. High volume content creation doesn't mean compromising quality. It doesn't mean burning out. It just means having a plan and sticking to that plan.
Exactly. Look at your content calendar as a puzzle. Okay. Every piece you publish should fit together, serving your audience while building your authority. That's how you outpace the competition and you stay energized and focused and in growth mode.
Yes. And when you batch, repurpose, and stay true to your niche, you're not just busier, you're more strategic. And that's where that real growth begins to happen. So here's what you've been waiting for. Our top tips for creating high quality content at scale without sacrificing your sanity. Ready for tip 1?
Tip number 1, batch everything. This is how I get things done with 5 of our 9 kids still at home. Okay, large blended family.
And they're homeschooled. They're not just home. They're homeschooled.
They're home all day. They're home all day long. So dedicate time to each part of your process. Outline all posts one day, write the next day, edit the day after that. That's just an example. That's not exactly how I do it, but I do a lot of batching and grouping things together. Batching keeps you efficient and it eliminates the overwhelm that comes with switching tasks constantly. And your brain has to go through this process of, okay, I've got to readjust because I've switched to something else. This eliminates all of that.
Tip number 2, repurpose creatively. Do you have a blog post that's performing well? Turn it into 2 or 3 different formats, like Instagram posts, email newsletter, even a new blog post. Do more of what's working, right? And squeeze every ounce of value from your ideas.
Yeah, I call that the cook once, serve twice. Like it's what we do in dinner. How can we make a bunch of chicken and serve it a bunch of ways? Same thing applies to your content, okay? Tip number 3, use templates, okay? Whether it's for graphics, for blog structures, for email formats, for your AI, having reusable templates speeds up everything. If you're not starting from scratch every single time, you're going to gain back so much of your time. My entire business is built around prompts, templates, systems that we reuse over and over and over again. Okay?
Yep. Tip number 4, outsource where you can. If certain tasks like editing or pin creation slow you down, consider outsourcing them so that you can stay focused on the writing and the strategy that only you can do best.
Right. What is the gift that you bring? And finally, tip number 5, prioritize rest. I'm not good at this, but avoid burnout by scheduling breaks.
I disagree with that statement.
You disagree? Well,
Yeah.
I do work.
Avoid burnout by scheduling breaks and giving yourself permission to unplug. You have playtime with your kids pretty much every day. You do something that is a break. Is it sleep? No, but it's a rest from work. It is a creativity recharge.
That is true. Every single week, we go on a field trip with my kids. Now, a lot of times the teenagers don't go, but the younger kids do, and we unplug. Like, it is going hiking, it is going to the library, it is whatever. So you're right. We do, like, and I'm pretty non-negotiable on that. I'm like, I can't do a meeting on Friday. We're going to have to rework our schedule or something because we're going here. I've already promised my kids. So, but rest, I'm really bad about running on 4 to 5 hours of sleep. And that's probably why I'm sick right now. But creative energy does need time to recharge. And I will tell you, when we're out doing our, even though I'm unplugged when we're on our field trips, I do have a clear mind, and things will pop in my mind when I'm driving, for example. And I'm like, oh, I should look into this, right? So don't skip adding rest or a time to unplug into your life. You deserve it and you do need it. And you really should get some good sleep too. Kelly's better at that than I am. But
remember, consistency comes from smart planning. Consistency comes from respecting your limits. When you align with your niche, you use systems, and you take care of yourself, you can hit those ambitious goals without overwhelm. You can. It's doable.
All right, friends. Now we want to know, are you ready to step into growth mode? Do you know what growth mode is? What's one part of your blogging process that you can refine or streamline this week? You don't have to overhaul your whole business.
Right,
right? That's unrealistic. What is one part of your process that you can refine or streamline? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear your ideas.
Yeah, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a tip for scaling your blog with ease.
That's right. Remember, you can create at a competitive rate without burning out. It's all about staying in your lane, planning with purpose, and giving yourself grace along the way. We believe in you. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.